Hello, fourth grade Donges Bay friends. The purpose of this video is to help you check in on how your KSIT is doing. You can pause this video at any time to take a look at what I'm putting in each folder and determine if you have the correct things in the correct places. We're going to start on the left side of your KSIT that has your divider pockets. You'll notice in the main pocket here, I have two items. If you unzip the top, you can go ahead and insert here your school username and password form, as well as your empty word sort words. Once you zip that closed, you're all set there. This pocket here is a great place to store some of your writing utensils. I recommend placing a pencil, a pen, a highlighter, an eraser, and maybe a pair of scissors in here. We only want to pack the essentials. Next, we're going to start putting some of the papers in the stack that you were given at material pickup in our dividers. You can un-Velcro this piece to access your divider pockets from the inside. You may notice that the zipper around the outside also gives you access to these folders. I went ahead with Sharpie and labeled these folders. You're more than welcome to label your folders as well with Sharpie, or in your zipper tag here, there are little tags that you can insert right up here. This first side of the pocket is where we're going to put anything that you get sent home for science and social studies. So far, you should have received 2 blank pieces of paper. Those are for science and social studies, and you are going to stick it right in this main pocket. If I flip my pocket up, the next folder is designated to anything for reading. You should have a total of 3 papers for reading. The first one is a narrative reading learning progression. Your next paper is a narrative reading self-assessment rubric. The final paper that will go into your reading folder is your interpreting characters heart of the story paper. We can now move on to the next divider folder. This one will be dedicated to any materials that have been sent home already for word study. You have 3 things going in this pocket. The first thing is your quick word booklet. Next up is a copy of word sort number 1. The last paper to go in your word sort paper folder is your Words Their Way weekly agenda. Our next divider pocket will be dedicated to writing materials. The following will need to go in your writing folder. You should have received a story map. Next up is a narrative writing checklist for grade 3. Finally, you should receive a rubric grid that looks like this. It does say narrative writing progression tracker on top, but it did get a little bit cut off. That is for your writing. Our next pocket is going to be for anything we have for math. So far, you have been given your Are You Ready to Zern packet. You also should have received a packet of exit tickets. Go ahead and place that in your math folder. Our final slot, you will notice, is empty. There's nothing left to label. This will be where we put any materials that we do community activities with, or just where you might want to leave important papers. We do have our coloring contest owl that you can go ahead and place in that folder when you're not coloring it in. We're done with this side. We can Velcro it back together and you should be set here. When we think about the other side of our case-it, there's a few things you'll want to keep in your binder rings. Your assignment notebook should always be on top for easy access. Your daily schedule should have already been given to you inside of a sheet protector. And finally, your zones toolbox paired with your successful student. That's going to be the last thing that you have been given for your rings. You will not have folders like this. Behind these papers is where you can place a notebook. Feel free to review and watch this video again if you need to double check your case-it. Let me know if you have any questions.